Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, it's Greg here again with a final reboxing, an unboxing of the new border Sherman M4A1 lathe. I got this yesterday, it's arrived yesterday. Nice artwork again. I've got the mid, I think, was it the mid or the early? Is it the early little one? Yes, the early one I think. So I've got the lathe. So lovely artwork again. I can't quite make his name out. Obviously it's 135 scale on its border, and it's BT056, if you can read that. And it says we have PE and clear parts are included, accurate decal for 4 pen schemes, workable suspension and track links, 2 types of gun barrel including a metal one, and obviously plastic, and a full set of US Army packages, boxes, German gas mask and helmet included. So we'll have a look on the side, just a CAD drawing of the finished model. I do like the shape of the sorry, I've had a cold all week. I'm just getting over it now. It's the M4A1. I do like the shape of the this one. On the side, just have the normal blurb, and on the rear, sorry, on the we have the three colours there. Obviously all olive drab. Nothing on the back as normal. With I think it's only dragging to do it, isn't it? With pictures on back and maybe a Revell or something like that. But I don't have many Revell kits. So let's open the box and let's see what we've got. I'll put that box down there for the lid. You say it's quite packed full up. It's quite a decent amount of plastic in there. So we'll just leave that there for now, and we'll start off with these upper hull and lower hull. It's a solid bathtub hull, none of the parts are put together. Quite a nice bit of detail on the rear, underneath. You're not going to really see it unless it's on its side or anything like that. Obviously got all the bogies to go on the side of there, and it's nice decent plastic as well. It's nice, quite thick, so it's not warped either. You can see it's fairly straight. That up on the other side, that's the lower hull, and the upper hull, it's got a slight cast texture. Probably obviously increase it slightly because it's a single cast hull, if I remember rightly. Again, I do like the front of these with the bulges and the rounded ends. Again, really nice. Got the cast texture all the way around. So I'm going to increase that slightly. A few cast marks. I've got some. See, I've got them decals. I've got them where I'm from. If I remember, I'll show you what I got. Because obviously I can't get on the Archer ones. Let me see if I can find them in here. Where we're at it. Right, I've got to find them. It's not in that one. I'll have a look again in a minute. Let's just see. Find these decals. I'll have a look after. Right, so we'll have a look at the first sprue. It's basically like Archer decals. I used them on the actually on the Shermans here, what I've been doing, and on the German for casting numbers as well. Oh, here we go. Right, so the first sprue contains 30 cal ball mount, by the looks of it, and the mantlet, the turret. Nice again, nice cast texture on the turret, but we can increase that, make it a bit more rougher. You've got that casting line between for the cast marks. What's left on the when you join them together. Got the mantlets. Yeah, 30 cal, machine gun. Few little bits and bobs, turret ring. Look at those, really nice. Again, I've got really nice and my light's flickering for some reason. That's the whole. That's the turret again. That's nice. Let's see why this light's flash. I got to show you that again. So we've got the nice cast texture again on there, but we say we can make it a bit more. We have a few different methods, isn't there? I tend to use the Mr. Surfacer 500, people use glue. I tend to use the Mr. Surfacer. Right, another sprue. You can never have enough Shermans, and you can never have enough Tigers, can you? And Panthers, and what carries on and on and on, doesn't it? Oh, I just need one more Sherman. Oh, I just need one more Tiger. That's what I say, anyhow. Right, we've got the transmission cover. Again, that looks really, really nice. Nice detail on the bolts. We've got the commander's cupola. 30 cal, bit of the 50 cal. All the bits and pieces. Even the periscope guards are really nicely done. We shall have a look. Again, we've got the cast texture on the transmission cover. Again, really nice. Again, we have the commander's cupola. I think that's off the one or two sure. I think that's the one we use. And then we've got the other one as well. The loader. Some little bits and pieces. Two Pioneer tools there. There's the. They're quite nice, aren't they? Quite delicate. So where's the 50 cal there, and another 30 cal as well. I have some resin printed 50 cals which I'll probably use. I'll build these up and see what it looks like. You may not need to use them. So that's another nice sprue. Plenty nice detail on there. No flash at all. Simply whatever pin marks they are obviously underneath, and bits like this you take off with your, with your snippers. But you're never going to see them underneath anything, are you? So, oh, I forgot to say we have a bit of resin in here as well. We have resin. Let's see if I can open it first. Is it taped? Yeah, it's taped. Give me just a second to find my knife. In here. Never is when you want to find one, does it? No, never is when you want to find one, do you? Anyhow, so we've got light guards, back and front. Resin printed, so I can't get them out of the box. Can't have my bloody knife. Nice little bonus. A lot of kids are doing this now, aren't they? Building the putting in a bit of resin. Whilst it's, I'd love to get a 3D printer. Obviously, one is expensive, and two is how to use it. And, right, this is actually the accessory pack sort of thing. We've got helmets, we've got fuel cans, blocks, tarps, wooden logs. They're quite nice actually. Probably will use them. Or could maybe make me own more than likely, but you never know. So this is the thing on the side there. We've got American helmets. We have bits and pieces, and again, nicely done. Some of these tarps, helmets, again, all really nicely done. All nicely done. Interesting. Right, the tracks, my favourite part, and you've lost scuff. I think it is one of my favourite parts to do. I love building tracks. Okay, whose make they are, how difficult they are. I just put an ebook on or something, or a bit of YouTube. It's telling stories, and I just float away with it all. We've got a track jig. We've got, well, look fairly nice then. Look, there's two contact points from the tracks, and you've got the guide teeth. Got one contact point, and then a track jig on there. And again, the detail is really nice again. Just takes time and effort, that's all. These are not too bad to build. And the track jig does help, I think, wonder if you can, well, I've got one on each, haven't I? So I wonder, can you click them together? No, you can't, but at least we've got three of the same sprue, so we've got three tracker jigs, yeah? So we should be using those. Typical Sherman, not massive amounts of plastic to build, but more than enough. Alright, but this is a lower ring, this is a ring gear and other bits and pieces. Two sprues again, the same. So we have running wheels, bogies, sprockets, return wheels. Again, got nice cast texture on the bogies with a casting mark. Got the wheels, they're nicely done. Sprockets, transmission cover, arms for the wheels, springs. Again, all nicely done. See casting marks on them, which is nice. All nice bits and pieces. And the wheels look really nice. Only three contact points, and I've got a seam line, but some people say to see if it's a new tank, the seam line's actually on the rubber, but I'm in two minds about that. I always tend to take them off, but some people don't. Some people say if they're a new tank and just come into action, they've still got their the seam on the rubber. So yeah, we'll debate that at a later time. If anybody wants to leave a comment about that, see what do you people think. And here we have, get into it, here we go, a little sprue of PE, a metal, get into the bloody thing, all fingers and thumbs this morning. Right, so what we got here, we have the metal barrel, again, that's nice. You've got a spare plastic barrel for your spares. A little bit of PE. Again. Put more light guards on there which you won't be using in it because you've got the resin ones. Let's put them to the side. The decals look nice. Yeah, not much carrier film around them at all. If any, round them. Obviously got in parts where you can't, you can always cut them up if you're very careful. I've never had any problem with any decals, silver and things like that. I've got 3 versions there, I think it said, or 4. Getting nicely done. Printed in the house by Border. And the plastic sprue, sorry, clear sprue. Got periscopes and lights and things like that, which is always nice to have. So, and we have the metal tow cable, which is nice to see as well. Oh, by the way, you know I do bits and pieces for Galleria. They have a sale coming on the 7th and 8th of October, and I'll leave a link for them. It's like a affiliate for me. And I'll get a little kickback if anybody wants to purchase anything, and there's also a 10% discount as well on top of that from me, from my, which is Greg Riley, I think it's 135 Greg Riley's models. I'll just double check it, it'll be in the description below. So we've got a cable, which is always nice to see and nice to have. So we'll just pop this back and then we'll get to the one of the important parts, the destructions. Let's just pop all these back in here, otherwise we'll lose them, which we don't want to do we? And, metal barrel. I will have an update on the diode. It's coming together now. I've got a lot of it done. I haven't done. The last thing I'll do is the resin, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Hopefully sometime this week we shall do an update, but it's going to be a difficult week this week because my youngest daughter Charlotte, Lucas's mum, is due to give birth on the 2nd of October. So it's all action, all hands to the pump, as I say. So we'll have to wait and see what happens if I do an update or anything like that. If not, it'll be after. An exciting time in our house again, and we know, and we know what she's having. She's having a baby girl, so we've got one of each, and she's going to be called Ellie Rose. So that's nice. Looking forward to that. A little sister for Lucas, and a nice picture again on the front. You could always cut these off, couldn't you, and stick them in a frame, couldn't you? That's nice. Nice and colour. A bit of information on the M4A1 lathe. Plenty of information on it, which is always nice to read. You know, where it was, you know, it was in the war and where it fought and things like that. Yeah. So the medium tank had 8 improvement variants: M4A1, M4A2, M4A3, M4E2, M4E8, M4A4, M4A6 and M4E6. So it's quite a few variants, isn't it? It'd be nice to get them all, wouldn't it, and line them all up in progression. Sprue map, and again we're starting with the low hull as normal with armour builds. Again, not too much on the page, just enough, you know, so you don't get lost in it all, which is good, nice. And then rear plate being put on, you're putting the air cleaners on, things like that, and the idler wheel at the back. And again, then we start with the bogies. They look fairly straightforward, nothing too difficult in those. These will move, I will presume, because you've got working tracks. If you're careful, you make them work, and you can pause it in the diorama. So I'll make them up, but I certainly won't put them on at that time. I paint everything first, and then I put it together, and any touch-up work I can do. I tend to find that easy for me. Tracks I won't be putting on, I'll build them, but won't be putting them on until probably the last thing. Everybody has their own methods, but I tend to paint things off the tank, like tools, things like that. A lot of people paint them on. Some people say they're actually sprayed over with the colours, but I think it's just like with anything, you've got variants that haven't, I suppose. But I think it gives you a nice, some interest to look at. I know you can chip them and mark them and make them, you know, come through, but I tend to like them painted with wooden colours and things like that. So that's starting the upper hull. Again, fairly straightforward, not too much in one go. Really nice. Really nicely done. Won't be many weld seams on this vehicle, if any. And then we got the 3D printing light guards and the finishing off the engine deck. Again, Pioneer tools. If you wanted to use the PE, you could use the PE as well, but may as well use the resin ones. And then we're attaching the lower hull to the upper hull. Got a cable to go on for the metal wire for the tool cable. Fairly straight build, nothing too difficult, as most Shermans are, and not difficult at all to build. Not as complicated as, you know, certain other vehicles, but you do get a nice rendition of a Sherman. Again, Pioneer tools on the rear. Then we start on the turret. The periscopes, again, I'll put them in later on when it's all painted. 30 coaxial. And we're starting with putting the mantlets on. Good choice of mantlets there. No. Yeah, and then we're starting with the hatch, commander's hatch. Again, and then we're putting the 50 cal together, which looks quite nice. Adding the 50 cal to the turret and the hatch to the turret. Cheek armour. Again, and the armour on the sides. Again, on one side, if you want the logs, you want to put the logs on, you can. You don't have to. Nobody says you have to do it. But you could just give us a bit of, you know, variation to the build, not the build complete. So it's a fairly straightforward build. And we have 3 colour callouts. We have tank number 32D, D Company 66 or 67th Armoured Region, 2nd Armoured Division, Normandy, 1944. And then we have the 70th Armoured Regiment, 2nd Armoured Division, Normandy, again 1944. And the last one is 31st Tank Battalion, Self Armoured Division, France, 1944. So, and it all obviously we got the colours. They're all MIG, which I don't really use. I tend to use a lot of the real colour paints or life colour at the moment. So we'll see. Apparently some people are saying about the atom paints are supposed to be quite good. So we'll have to see, we'll see. But I'm going to stick with me real colours, I think, on this one, or me life colours. Again, really nicely done, nice design. Even though you don't need a down version, because obviously be showing you the decal on there, but 90% of the time, you know, you never see this on the top, do you? You have to sort of make, especially camera patterns, you have to make the turret, you know, as you see it type thing. But with a green vehicle, you don't know worries with things like that. I'll probably, if I was going to do it, I think I'll probably do the first one. Tank number 32, D Company. I think I'll do that one if I can get around to doing it. That's quite nice, that. Yeah, so that's the the Sherman M4A1 lathe from Border. New kit just been released. Again, it looks nice. Hope it all goes together. Oh, it's even got little pins. I've never seen that for a long time. Here are little pins. I never noticed that. Little pins on the very end then, and we have the receptors to go into. You can see them just in there. That's nice. I've never seen that for a while. Yep, there we go. Snaps in, perfect. Really tight, nice fit. Lovely. Can't go wrong with that. So we'll put that back in there, that back in there. Yeah, so I've got quite a bit going on in the house at the moment. We've been getting things ready for the little girl to come home to, and obviously her mum. So we've been busy doing things, especially the wife Angela. She's been like a tornado getting everything ready, you know. I've been up and down in the loft with her to get things down from Lucas's when he was a little baby, which we can just continue using, like a high chair, and I know we're not going to use that straight away. There's a thing called a bassinet, which where she sleeps in, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's all exciting times. And I say I will do an update of the diorama very soon, again depending on what happens this week and what time and wherever I'm going to be. And don't forget the gallery is sale on Amazon from the 7th and 8th of October. And I say I'll leave my affiliate link in there if anybody wants to purchase it. Just use the affiliate link and I'll get a little bit back. And I got a 10% discount code on the Galleria page, sorry, not on the Amazon page. 10% discount on the Galleria, not web page. So if you want to view that, I'll leave all them things in the description. So thanks again for sticking with me. I know I don't do many videos, but we'll get back into it, you know, once things settle down again. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll catch you very soon.